Hey guys, Bitcoin is on a wild ride right now, and many are standing on the sidelines, pondering whether they should take the leap at these elevated prices. They're having a twinge of regret for not grabbing Bitcoin when it was a bit cheaper. Well, you're in the right place today because we're diving today into what might be the next significant move for Bitcoin. Will it keep soaring to new heights? Or could we witness a gradual reversal leading to a downturn? We'll also be unraveling the driving forces behind these colossal crypto surges, and of course, sharing insights into my trades and strategies for navigating this crypto landscape profitably. So, don't even think about clicking away. Important information lies ahead. Welcome back, everyone, to Key to Crypto, your go-to source for cryptocurrency insights, equipping you with the knowledge to thrive in this dynamic market. If you're new to the channel, do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We've got a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. Taking a peek at the 4-hour hourly chart for Bitcoin, things are going absolutely parabolic. Just recently, we were hovering around $30,500 or so. Then, out of the blue, we catapulted to roughly $31,100. But wait, there's more. We experienced a jaw-dropping surge, propelling us above my trusty orange resistance line. Our resistance line did put up a fight, attempting to hold Bitcoin back as it soared to a peak of $35,000, only to slip back down to $33,000. Yet, lo and behold, we found support. Yes, right on that bold orange line of mine. It's now our support, and it paved the way for another momentous rally, shooting us above $35,000. But hold on, the plot thickens, as we're currently positioned just below the orange line. Well, it's evident that the outlook for Bitcoin is brimming with bullish potential. Our trusty resistance levels may have made a valiant effort to suppress Bitcoin's ascent, but guess what? They've transitioned into sturdy support levels. And from a technical perspective, things are still looking exceptionally positive for Bitcoin. We've been harping on the importance of the weekly time frame, and for a good reason. We recently encountered some fierce resistance on the weekly chart, and you know what we did? Boom, we crushed it! But remember, we've got most of the week still ahead of us, and a retracement could be lurking. So, exercise a bit of caution. But let me tell you about these moving averages. As soon as we locked in that weekly candle above the moving averages, it was clear that we were primed for some major surges. And it's the same story with this red line. If we manage to close the weekly candle above it, brace yourself for more Bitcoin pumps. Everything is aligning beautifully, folks. The only question is, if you've been lingering on the sidelines, pondering your next move, what should you do? Now, for those of you who've been keeping up with our videos, you'd know we've been hammering home the message that Bitcoin is on the brink of a spectacular run, especially when you examine the long-term charts. So, let's delve into these cycle charts and my projections, shall we? Notice these teal boxes right here? They represent consolidation phases, and after that green line, it's all about massive pumps, and it's been a pattern we've seen play out over the years. Consolidation, green line, massive pumps. Rinse and repeat. However, there's a noteworthy difference this time around. Compared to previous cycles, we firmly believe that a substantial portion of the gains will materialize within that teal box. Why, you ask? Well, because everyone else is peering at this chart, observing the same pattern, and attempting to hop on board before that green line. You see, the green line marks the halving event, and it's essentially the make or break point. So, that's our projection, and thus far, things are aligning with it seamlessly. Now, about that bottom, I pinpointed at $23,000. Turned out, we didn't venture below that level after all. So, if you've been waiting on the sidelines, this is the moment you've been gearing up for. Get ready, the crypto ride is about to get wild. Now, let's talk about the ever-resilient support level we've been eyeing inside that steel box. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, hasn't it? We came awfully close to it, edging down to $24,000. But guess what? It held its ground like a champ. For all of you who hopped on the accumulation train as we approached that dotted red line, kudos to you because you've been raking in some sweet profits. Now, I understand that many of you out there might be eager to get a piece of the Bitcoin action but are feeling hesitant because, let's face it, this rally has been parabolic. But here's a crucial lesson in the world of crypto: parabolic moves, as enticing as they might be, don't last forever. Just take a look at the weekly time frame. Those massive green candles might seem like they're just going up, up, and away, but let me share a little secret with you. What goes up must come down. Even during what appears to be a parabolic surge on the weekly chart, things get a bit more nuanced when we zoom into the daily time frame. You see, it's a series of pumps followed by pullbacks. A 10% pullback here, 17% there, and so on. These mini breaks are part and parcel of the journey, even in some of the most exuberant phases in Bitcoin's history. Now, let's get real. What you can anticipate, even if we're in the throes of a parabolic run, are those periodic pullbacks. They might range from 12% to 15%, maybe even 20% or 25%. So, if a pullback were to unfold right now, here's what you could expect. A 12% retracement would bring us back to $30,100. A 15% dip would nudge us below the $30,000 mark. A 20% pullback would see us hovering around $28,000, and if things really got dicey with a 30% dip, we'd be looking at a level around $25,000. The point is, these oscillations are par for the course in the crypto world, and they don't necessarily spell doom. So, as we embark on this thrilling Bitcoin journey, buckle up and remember, those occasional pullbacks are just part of the adventure. So, for those of you who might have been twiddling your thumbs on the sidelines, this is your golden nugget. Act during the pullbacks. When we get those dips, consider them opportunities to accumulate. Sure, Bitcoin might be soaring vertically right now, and if it keeps that pace, well, hats off. But remember, pullbacks are just part of the game, and they're bound to happen at some point. Now, for Ethereum, it's worth noting we're chilling on the support level at $1,187. As for the traditional markets, oh boy, you already know how crucial they are, right? I mentioned it just yesterday. If that red line holds on the daily time frame, it could give us a whole lot more oomph for Bitcoin. And guess what? It did. We briefly dipped below it during the day, but it bounced right back. Confidence boosted. Everything we've been dissecting here, well, it's shaping up just right for Bitcoin. Plus, take a look around. It's clear that Bitcoin's outshining most of the altcoins. It's up 10%, while many alts are chugging along at 3% to 5%. Sure, a few outliers are hitting 15% or even 20%, but they're the exception. Bitcoin is the captain of the ship right now, swiping up the liquidity from the market like a vacuum cleaner on overdrive. Let's delve into some trade updates. Firstly, kudos to everyone in on these trading bots. They're soaring, riding high with gains ranging from 30% to a whopping 72%. That's some hefty profit in your pockets. Speaking of Ethereum, it came super close to taking profit at around $1,882, but just missed it by a hair's breadth. The beauty of these short trades, for me at least, is that we've already got a pretty solid stash of Bitcoin and Ethereum, both on the rise. Now, let's peel back the curtain on what's causing these epic surges. Word on the crypto street is BlackRock is prepping to seed their spot Bitcoin ETF by the end of October. This means they're about to start accumulating Bitcoin for the ETF. The institution can't just swoop in, they've got to play by the rules. They can't buy Bitcoin before they've formally announced it, and before the ETF goes live. That's the SEC's watchful eye, making sure everyone follows the game. The plot thickens. Fidelity once tried to snatch up some Ethereum before their ETF came into the picture, but the SEC smacked them down, making them sell it off. So, now, for the first time, we're ahead of the institutional race. We know they're coming, we know they'll be buying Bitcoin. So why the hesitation when Bitcoin was down at $27K or $28K? It's a head scratcher, but buckle up, because once that ETF gets the green light, we'll witness an avalanche of institutional FOMO. There's talk about the ticker IBTC potentially landing on the DTCC. That's the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, in case you're wondering, and they clear those juicy NASDAQ trades. The ticker's going to be IBTC for iShares Bitcoin Trust by BlackRock. Nice and straightforward. But let's not forget, most of the trading volume you saw for Bitcoin was happening on OKX. Kudos to all you traders on OKX. You rode the right waves at the right time. This exchange is rising like a rocket, and it's only getting bigger. The bottom line, everyone, is that Bitcoin's just warming up. Look at the weekly and monthly timeframes, and it's clear we're in for an electrifying roller coaster ride. If you're digging this content, hit that subscribe button and give that notification bell a nudge. I'll catch you all in the next one. And remember, the future of finance is here with KDC.